Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dr. Mario Championship channel. My name is Savage Octagon, and I am so excited to bring you semifinal and final Sunday of our June Speed Tournament. First off, we have some kudos for everyone. For those who are fathers or grandfathers or stepfathers or father figures of any sort, happy Father's Day. We know that Jay is out there in the chat. And also a very special happy birthday to our restreamer, The Dave. So everyone put some hype in the chat for that.
Are we singing happy birthday?
Based on the fact that we cannot synchronize how to say 3, 2, 1 pills, I feel like singing happy birthday would be a disaster. But let me introduce the queen of combos. Betty B, you are going to call this first match with me. Are you?
I don't know what you just said, but I am super excited for calling this match with you, Savage.
I called you the queen of combos.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So we're about to see Adelito. We did have a little bit of technical difficulty getting his stream up, but now everything is good. And Packy. So tell me about these two players, Betty.
Well, these individuals are not new to the semifinals and even the finals. So these are two of our best players, according to, all of the data that we have. Adelito has not lost for quite a long time. He has quite a streak going with not even dropping a crown. And Packy, on the other hand, puts in work, takes people down. So he is the slayer when it comes to Dr. Mario. So
don't I know it?
Oh yeah. Speaking of
deer in the headlights yesterday. So GG's Packy. Yeah, I mean, these two have met each other 4 times. And Adelito has won, or sorry, this is their 4th meeting, but Adelito has won 2 and Packy has won 1. So they are evenly matched, but of course, as we know, Adelito on a complete tear. And we have readies from both players. They're going to be playing levels 10 through 13.
Mm-hmm. And I'm seeing the game over sign on Adelito, so hopefully we're seeing him get set up here shortly. He did have a bit of an internet connection issue. We're hoping that's resolved.
Now, I gotta say, we have had some pretty awesome times this tournament already. We had a ton of sub 6-minute levels 6 through 9, our first round. And so, seeing hot times basically every month is not out of the question. If you are tracking carefully, the 20th hot time is set by Adelito, 7:34. So you can be measuring your watch against that once they get started.
Yeah, and he is coming in as our first seed. So, and Packy somehow got in a 5th seed. Normally you would think him being even higher than that. So this is a great matchup. I'm really looking forward to this one. And we do have 3, 2, 1 and pills.
Pills. Very good. Adelito with a nice combo down the center of the board. Really easy there. Nothing required. Just getting the same pills. Ooh, and a fat log there right in the center. Very nicely done.
Yeah, and on Packy's end, he has a little bit of trash, but it's not trash because he is going to set up for this L clear, and then it will drop exactly into place those yellows in column 6. And as soon as he gets a blue in the right color combination, there we go. And look at that.
That was fantastic. Now, Adelito is going to have to take a little bit of drop time there, but he does it with a lightning rod. That's a very straight up and down vertical and an offset fat log in the center of the board with all those blues. Now, Adelito is running out of blue access, and Packy is struggling with a lot of yellow on the top line.
I do see that he took a little bit of drop time earlier on, and that was probably more than he wanted. So he kind of gave a face there, but it's not slowing him down at all, except access to blue is non-existent really. So, and of course the doctor gives him blues.
Obviously, every row of drop time is about a 1/4 second, but the big issue is not necessarily that time. It's giving your opponent the opportunity to see more pills. And let's see, Adelito prioritizing taking those double verticals there and out at a 135. Keep in mind that there were some times on Friday and Saturday that were 135s out of level 6. So this is outstanding.
Yeah, and Packy just needing some help on his side of the pills that he needs at the times he needs them, and needing some yellow now. Of course, going into maybe a red rush. No, it stopped, but he will be
Thank
out
goodness.
at a 201. There we go.
Yeah, speaking of a red blitz, Adelito just had a mini one, which was very helpful. You see a lot of his top line is red. And I wonder if he's going to be going for this horizontal with the reds. That would be pretty great for him if he manages it. Looks like the opportunity is there.
That's beautiful, and it wonderful foresight on his end in order to get that. And again, a nice little tuck play to where no pill hubs were wasted. So,
oh my gosh, what a beautiful combo. That just took down half of the board. And he's probably working on another horizontal with the blues. Meanwhile, Packy into his level 11, just about a 14 virus deficit. Looks like he's got some very efficient plans going with all the red on his board. Of course, he's got more red than we'd like to see. But still, once he drops those yellows in column 5, there's going to be some good stuff happening, Betty. And look at it happen. Woo! Very nicely done to Pack.
And you might consider, or you might think that that blue in his column 4 is trash, but if you can see, he could probably use it as an underclear, but he decides to just clear it anyway and just going on his way. Still, those reds in columns 1 and 2 might be a little bit inspired, but we'll see what he does with those.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, we've got Adelito working on this horizontal with the blues. Look at that. Drops down, clears column 7, 8, and then that red garbage falls perfectly down. And look, now an offset fat log with row 1 perfectly set up for the horizontal. Betty, come on.
I know.
This guy. Man or machine? Beautiful. Man or machine. And there he goes. Just needs one more red to be out. He's out at a 349.
Yeah, and as I mentioned on Packy's side, those reds in column 2, this is perfect. What he needed, that double red to avoid any drop time, just needing a few more yellows. Come on, at a 407.
Adelito very high up on the board, but very nice and controlled. Working on a horizontal here with those yellows. Oop, we had a tiny blip. I was worried about his connection going, but he's all good. Now, of course, clearing off this blue means his top line is basically all red-yellow. So let's hope he gets the red to fix that situation. Boom, he gets some. And he had those yellows on top of column 8, so that was able to drop down and clear a little bit more.
Wow. There is no wasted effort on Adelito's side. It is a joy to watch that. On Packy's side, he is making some quick clears, some double clears, and setting up for even more clears as he goes. So this will be beautiful if he can get another red, yellow, and a clear into a T. Beautiful work.
Mm-hmm. And man, it is neck and neck now. We have a slight differential on the timer, but both of them by virus count are exactly the same. Trading blows back and forth. 19 to 21, a slight advantage Packy, although the timer, of course, is a little bit different. But Adelito's got a drop cross, beautiful,
oh, wow.
And sets up underneath perfectly. As you said, nothing wasted.
And I was going to say he will have some trouble getting to the blues, but then as soon as I said that, or was going to say that, he cleared it up and does have access to blues in column 7. So,
And Packy's got good moves here. Now, his board is less free than Adelito's. Adelito just with a beautiful combo here. And I don't think Packy wanted to put that blue-yellow in column 1 the way that he did. Not sure what he wants to do there, but he does have an opportunity to take these blues out horizontally. This blue-yellow being perfect for the double vertical. But that red in column 1 is a little bit locked up, Betty.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how I would have solved this, but I think the way he's going about it is perfect because he's just going to drop these and now he's free and clear. It's just a little bit of drop time to wait and out at a 621.
And meanwhile, Adelito, 47 viruses left in his level 13 as I started to speak. Very red, blue, heavy top line, but this, oh, he did not take the red, blue horizontal, but he's going to get another opportunity to make that horizontal at the top of the board. Notice that red poised to do it, although I'm not exactly sure what his plans were for columns 1 and 2, but let's see. Is he gonna? Oh yeah, he's gonna get it. Great! Look at that fantastic combo. Again, just taking everything down. Everything placed perfectly on top.
Now, I would say there is some rare trash that Adelito had in columns 2 is where it ended up resting. So we'll see if he ends up using that, because he is somebody who has said himself that he's always looking further down to see if trash can become that treasure that he needs.
Mm-hmm. And Packy about 8 viruses back off Adelito. And he's working through this red, but he's got good options for it. Notice he just took that horizontal off. And so he's opened up a lot of diversity in there and clearing off that middle column. So he doesn't have to dance around it. You know, it's not that it was necessarily a problem virus-wise, but it would take a little bit of time to move the pieces around. And yeah, he's back in it. Basically a 2 to 4 virus deficit, and if he gets enough blue on the bottom, we're going to see some quick clears, Betty.
Yeah, and on Adelito's side, I love the way he kind of makes sure everything stays open. It's just amazing to watch his priorities in order to make sure that he can clear pills together instead of separately. And so it's just,
oh no, he definitely wanted to tuck in column 7. That's going to take a little bit of time. Gives Packy the opportunity to almost
take
it.
We'll see.
Probably.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Oh, a 2-second game. Wow. Man, yeah, you can see Packy so excited about that. And if Adelito had been able to do that slide in column 7, it would have been a different story. 2 seconds to Adelito. So GG's. Packy breaking the long crown streak that Adelito had going.
Wow. That is a confidence booster, if anything. And so let's see if Packy can continue this on. We are playing best out of 5. So the first to 3 crowns will win this. That is the first crown to Packy.
All right, and we have readies from both players again. Packy hydrating. I hydrated in celebration. Everything's good. I love this game.
Yeah. I am a fan as well.
And we have our 3, 2, 1 pills.
Pills.
Mm-hmm.
We were close there, Savage.
We were close. You know, we'll get there one day. And Packy out of the gate first. He took off those blues horizontally, and now there's not going to be some blue use for quite some time on this board. Would love to see a double yellow for Packy to get that T, but now he's just going to settle for the horizontal. Notice the fact that he had the blues, kept stacking them on top, so that if he was able to get that horizontal, the blue would fall down. But of course, an elite player like Packy has the opportunity to make lots of alternate plans.
He really does. A lot of his plays have multiple moves that he can do to clear stuff. So it's awesome to see him do that. On Adelito's side, watch this massive clear. Like
what?
And getting exactly what he needs. Yep, exactly what he needs to clear that up as well.
You know, one of the great things about levels 10 through 13, of course, RNG always a factor in this game, but you're much more able to use things for future plans. And it just looks, Adelito makes it look like RNG is never a factor in this game because he uses everything. It's remarkable. He's got a little bit of a lead over Packy, especially considering the time differential there. But, oh, it looks like, beautiful fat T for Adelito there. Would love to see him get a double red for the L there with all of that red, but I think he's going to hold out for it as long as he can, Betty.
Yeah, and the thing about whenever you say that there's a lead of somebody who's going up against Adelito, you have to look at his buildup, because he is a very buildup conscious person to where he's always having a massive combo in the wings. So as you can tell, now he is into his level 11 before Packy at a 145.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, Packy, board health is not fantastic. You know, he doesn't have the same setups that Adelito did where you can see that every plan has something going. But notice he gets this horizontal into the vertical, able to open up that yellow. And he just needs one more yellow to be out. And there you're out at a 220. But Adelito already with 41 viruses left to go, clears out that garbage on the top and makes a nice horizontal with those reds to boot.
And one thing I want to mention with that clear that Adelito did, you could see that he did not clear a single virus with that clear, but he saw that that was what he needed in order to maintain a clean board and maintain the combos that he can do going forward. So that's one thing that you want to just, as you're playing, to make sure you watch out for is this going to ruin something later on? So I really like watching how he plays.
I'm really interested in this board of Packy's. Notice he has the opportunity for a nice combo down the right-hand side. He takes it. He's going to need a lot of blue to get things working. Notice he sets up the blue-yellow on column 3 so that drop time is mitigated there. But now, look, he's got some diversity, a sloping board, but now it's all taken care of. And Betty, there's a lot of double possibilities, but Adelito so far ahead now, set about a 17 virus lead. And this isn't a board that requires elaborate plans, just needs this red, this yellow, and one more yellow, and very straightforward out of the 332.
Amazing work. And Packy has been putting in the work on this 11. I feel like he has closed the gap a little bit. And this double yellow or double red colors is really going to help him do what he needed to do.
Adelito setting up for a horizontal here with those blues. Take a look at that. He gets it. And no problem with that yellow garbage in column 5. It's set up for another horizontal there. And Packy just waiting for one more red. He's out at a 416. But Adelito already with about a 17 virus lead, not the kind of lead you want. But of course, we did see that rare misdrop from him at the end of his game last time. Did not matter, and Packy was able to catch up. So let's see how this goes, especially this horizontal in Adelito's top line with the reds.
And he is working with a little bit of trash. He cleared up just a lot of it right there, but it's a little bit more trash than we normally see on Adelito's side. And Packy on his end is making some good double clears, and red's not really helpful at this moment. So hopefully we can dig down and get some red access.
Yeah, and just as you said that, he does get a little bit of red access. Nice work with the horizontal there with all of those blues. And he is tucking underneath there, and he's saving himself drop time for later, taking out the center of this board and another nice horizontal. So things are looking pretty good. He's got a nice double opportunity in the bottom of the board with those blues. So it's just about prioritization and cleaning out. But Adelito just needs to tuck 2 reds in between on column 7, and he will be out of his level. Oh, again, a tuck in 7. Look at that.
He's making it interesting for us.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, this is giving Packy a nice opportunity to catch up. But Adelito, turned that into a horizontal at the bottom.
Okay, no more of that, Adelito. My heart can't take it. So starting on his level 13 first, and he is getting some. Oh, look, this is going to be beautiful. This
yeah.
With the reds. Lovely way to start this level.
Yeah, and he is looking at that horizontal with all those reds in the center of the board. Would love a red yellow to get that working. But on the right-hand side of your screen, Packy here is struggling with this end game. There's no bones about it. He's got everything a little bit locked up. He's going to be able to drop down, make a horizontal here, but with those yellows being double in column 8, does actually force a little bit of a slowdown. Packy needs some red to take care of column 1, and that's all that he needs. Just now drops that down, needs one more yellow, and he's out at a 653. But Adelito is almost 40 viruses ahead. So, barring many, many, many mistucks in column 7, I don't think this is going to go to Packy.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the case, but Packy is making some clears up top here. He does have a little bit of a spire in his board where there's tons of holes and places that drop time will occur. So, but he is making quick work of some of these clears in order to bring this board down.
And meanwhile, Adelito had the opportunity for a giant monologue, did not take it. That's across the whole screen, but he gets a 735. And that is just outside of the top 20 hottest times. 734, if you recall me saying. Packy still with 23 viruses left to go on level 13. That level 12 was brutal in terms of the RNG. Yikes.
And we'll let him. Oh, he probably noticed or heard. I don't know if actually Packy listens to a commentary while he's playing or not, but I do know Adelito does.
Packy, wiggle your fingers if you listen to commentary. Nope. See, I never listened to it. I think I could not imagine listening to it. There was actually one time when I forgot to turn the sound off because I do turn it on in between matches, and I was listening to it the whole game, and it was probably the worst experience. All right, we've got readies in and 3, 2, 1 pills.
Pills. I'll get it. All right, and Packy starting first.
Yeah, listening to commentary and having them comment on your mistakes from 5 seconds ago, not my biggest nightmare, but all right. So Adelito already set up for a great tee with all of those yellows in the corner. He's able to see those and get them going so quickly. But check this out. It looks like Packy has a blue horizontal opportunity. He's going to have a sweet tee, sideways tee there with the blues.
Just a little bit of trash there, but he removes that right there and really making good work. On Adelito's side, he has just fancy pants over there. I gotta just pinky out, man. No, this is great work over here.
I love that. I'm gonna start talking about pinky out clears. That's amazing. You heard it here first. So let's see. Packy with a 7 virus lead, very exciting, and a nice drop down to clear those blues in column 3. He's able to tuck under with that double blue to row 1. That's exactly what you want to see. And I think he's going to be able to set up so that there's minimal drop time on the rest of the board. So this is a really good setup. And let's see, Adelito taking down columns 4, 5, and 6 with some garbage and some viruses. So things looking good. But these horizontals up high, that double yellow, really lucky for Adelito, able to clear those out.
I think Packy is probably going to be looking for a D sandwich here. And a D sandwich is just trying to remove the not color in the middle, and so he can clear all those yellows at once. And that's exactly what he did. And he's going to be out first here at a 149.
Oh, yeah, but the time differential, no, it's Adelito out at a 146. That end was just gorgeous for Adelito, just getting the perfect RNG. And that was looked like almost a perfect clear, just so clean.
Yeah, I love the perfect clears. I know it's not part of speed running, but man, when you don't have any trash on the board at the end, it's a good feeling.
It does. It feels amazing. Like, I know there's no bonus for that, but it's pretty outstanding. So let's see, Adelito not really getting the stuff that he wants at the beginning of this board. He wants a little more red than he's been getting. And so Packy has, obviously there's a time differential, so I don't think there's actually a lead for Packy, but on your screen, he's got a couple of viruses lead. If he gets enough blue-yellow, this board is really going to accelerate for Pack.
Yeah, and playing a very vertical game right now. There were a couple of horizontal opportunities he did have, and he decided to go more vertical for that. But sometimes that is the way you can get speed in this game.
Yeah, sometimes vertical is the way to go. And take a look there. A beautiful horizontal clear from red. from Adelito there, drops down that garbage, so it's not garbage. And he's got lots of great opportunities. Maybe he can get these reds going horizontally in row 4 on the right. But these two on our screens are perfectly even in terms of virus count, and they both got roughly the same amount of plans. So let's see how this goes. Packy a little bit hamstrung by getting those red yellows, but able to clear out that red garbage in column 5.
And watch this. I love that tuck clear and that sight that Packy had in order to
clear.
Oh
my gosh! Oh, and Adelito just whipped all that right-hand side off the board. And they each need one more red. All right. Both of them out at just about the same differential as before, about 9 seconds. So tied on our screens, but Adelito has the advantage.
Yeah, and Packy's board, not a lot of access to yellow. That he has that one last yellow in column 2. And so taking the yellows to clear a blue instead might have been a better play for him. So trying to make work of that.
Yeah. And Adelito, you see he's holding out for these yellows horizontally because he's got some garbage that can drop down. And of course he gets the double yellow after waiting patiently. That's not the kind of patience that all of us have. But he is going to have to work on the left-hand side of this board because it's much higher up and the right-hand side almost empty, whereas Packy's got a little bit of stuff in the middle here, but pretty much even at the bottom of the board. So that'll be an exciting end game for Packy. But wow, Adelito taking about a 14 virus lead as Packy is trying to sift through these blue yellows in the center.
That Packy really does well is limit that drop time, and I'm just noticing that a lot now. I'm actually getting to commentate this match with you, so it's kind of a skill that you have to develop because sometimes you just want to clear the viruses that are there, but limiting that drop time really does help with the speed.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I'm working on in the higher levels. Not used to playing them so much. Wow, Adelito with amazing horizontal work there. Out at a 523.
Yeah.
And his splits are green, which is worrisome. Worrisome
he's
to
going
me.
against average, right? Not against PB.
Okay, yeah. I always go against PB and not against average, so that's like that's where my mind goes, but wow. And Packy in his end game, he's got a good horizontal possibility with those yellows. Seems like he's going to take that last, and he does. Nice double combo there. Out at a 603.
And yeah, that was just a perfect him limiting that drop time of taking those yellows last. And that's just going to be one level of drop time. So he doesn't want to take any chances here. He is trying, and quick work on this 13. He's already closing this gap.
Yeah, and Adelito not quite getting what he wants, but of course he drops a beautiful combo down. Does have some garbage in column 3 because you do not see any blues down the line there. So he's got to clear that out, but he does. So nicely done. But yeah, you see the pack attack coming through on that screen. He's got 33 to Adelito's 31. Of course, there is that time differential, but let's hope RNG plays out and we get another close finish.
And also on Packy's side, you see literally no yellow to speak of that is easy to get to. So he is going to have to make some work with all this yellow that the doctor is giving him.
Boo. But I do like this little blue business that he's been getting. That's pretty good. But now it needs to continue. Because, yeah, Adelito's able to open up some plans here. Now, notice that right-hand side of the board, pretty locked up, and there's not a ton of advanced work that he's been able to do. It looks like in columns 6 and 7, that blue-yellow could be signaling that he's going to hope to get those reds in row 4 horizontally, but we don't know. And, yeah, he's going to be able to do it. Look at that.
Oh,
and he gets an L. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Dang.
Sometimes you just have to stop and be in awe. And you see him not clearing that red because you know he wants to save for the horizontal red right there as well.
Yeah, pretty outstanding. And he's going to build on top to get this clear for the yellows
Yeah.
in column 8. So
But
nicely
Pack
done.
is
Pat, so close.
he
I know
he was in
he,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
and I mean, on our screen, very close. Of course, the time differential, 13 seconds, but oh, this is a great match.
Oh man. My heart's going. Okay, Adelito took the last two, so he's starting a new streak, but Packy wants to put an end to that again. So we
Wait,
are on to our
what?
fourth game.
Wait, are we on to our fourth game? Really?
Yeah,
We've had 3? I feel like
yeah.
we've only had 2.
Time goes fast when you're having fun, huh?
Okay. Where has my mind been? Okay, all right. Well, there we go. Guess it's been in this Dr. Mario juice. I don't know. All right. 3, 2, 1, and pills. Come on, Pack. We know what happens when Packy's been beaten.
The thing is, they play so fast, Savage, that it feels like it's only been.
It does. It does. Okay, forgive me. I don't want to seem like I don't know what's going on.
No, you're
All
good.
right.
All right, and
Ooh, look at this blue red for
I know.
Adelito. So nice. But Packy's getting some really good RNG here to start this level and keep diversity open. Stuff that he can tuck with.
Mm-hmm. And he's doing just that, making some really good tuck plays again to avoid that drop time and set up for the clears once he gets the blues that he needs.
Wow. Adelito holding out for that double blue to get that horizontal on the right and then gets it. I mean, that's not a play that many of us would make because double blues don't come very often. Gets another horizontal, but Packy, obviously, of course, there's this time differential again, which is very frustrating, but
Mhm.
Packy is just a little bit ahead by virus count on your screen and has a lot of good opportunity for horizontals and verticals with blues and yellows at the bottom of this board. Let's hope diversity does not show up and that he just gets a lot of blue yellow pills, but nice horizontal off the center of the board there.
And on Adelito's end, he is actually making some really good clears in order to set up for under clears like you see here. And he opts to actually build up these reds so that he doesn't have to worry about his breaking his combo, which he didn't, and getting exactly what he needs to get out of this. But Packy already out and into his level 11 first.
Yeah, I think Adelito is about 4 seconds behind. I think Packy got out at a 1:37 roughly. So that's something that we're going to want to look out for. Beautiful T cross for Packy there in the center of the board. Now, of course, he doesn't have a lot of use for red. So he is going to be working on this blue. A little bit unfortunate when you've got to prioritize both things. But now look at the center of this board opened up. Let's hope for some blue for Pack. And he gets a little bit of it. Start opening up that board.
Yeah, and Adelito had to waste a few of his buildup that he had, not getting the pills that he needed, but it doesn't show on the quickness that he's destroying these viruses.
Mm-hmm. And Adelito had a beautiful fat log there. He's setting up for another one. He needs a red yellow to get it. So we'll see how he works around that as he waits. Yeah, he's just throwing that blitz to the side and he gets
There
the
we
fat
go.
log. Beautifully done. Able to drop it into a combo with the very next pills. So nicely done there. Packy having it is a diverse board and nice drops into 2 horizontals and notice the placement of that blue in row 2. The garbage fell down perfectly so that was open for a horizontal. He's going to wait on it, but very nicely done. He's just going to need to clear out this column 8 and he's taking a little drop time to clear out that red. This is perfect. Just needs 2 more blues. This is the kind of lead he's going to need to stay narrow there out of the 330.
Yeah, and on Adelito's end, he is actually setting up for the reds, but he decides to take them horizontally. I was thinking that was the way he was going to go, and now he just needs this pill, and he will be out at a 338.
Woo! So close. Yeah, so Packy down to 44 viruses here. Again, needs a lot of blue yellow to keep this board going. Actually, just pretty much
Blue.
exclusively blue now. Yikes. I was looking at the right-hand side of the board with that garbage, but geez. Now opening up much more diversity here. Adelito working on this horizontal, drops it down to clear some yellows in column 1. Yeah, looking at a lot of red, blue there, but he opens up some yellow garbage, which notice the stuff down below in column 2 could be cleared, but the horizontal for the red is not looking fantastic at this moment. Yeah, he clears out that garbage, but Packy with a 16 virus lead, Betty.
Yeah, and he has been just down pressing as he does, where he knows exactly where he wants that pill to go, and he gets it there so quickly. And so, like, there is no hesitation. He is trying to keep this lead going.
Hmm. Now he's got a lot of great opportunities for these double yellows. Oh, he's gonna
Oh,
get a little mini
yes,
double yellow blitz. I love it. Let's
beautiful.
go. Let's
Calling
go.
my blues. Let's go. Yes.
Yes. Oh man, that is fantastic. I love to see it. Yeah, and he prioritizes that well so he doesn't ruin that horizontal. And yes, he's going to get the pills in the right order. You see him looking at that screen. He's going to be happy with what he sees because Adelito's got 13, now 12 viruses left.
Wow.
And the plans there, while good, are not 100% perfect. He's going to need to clear out quite a few things until he can get this blue horizontal, which is going to make these plans happen. So keep an eye on that as Packy gets into his level 13 and goes to work.
Yeah, he has just been clearing like a madman over here as he does. The beast mode activated for sure. And yeah, he wants a I think a blue red in column 1 to set up for maybe a clear over there, and that's what it looks like he's going to be attempting to do.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, Adelito luckily getting a lot of blue yellow to start cleaning out this board. But yeah, that top not looking very diverse. Gonna need to be very careful strategizing that yellow. Look at him dropping down to make that horizontal. And again, very little use for red here. But RNG really cooperating here with Adelito, but he's about 16 viruses down still. With 8 seconds between them, that's not quite going to be enough if they stay neck and neck, but let's hope the blue comes through for Packy.
And it looks like it is. Commentator's blessing, Savage. You are doing uh, wonders for
I'm
him,
doing the
like
Lord's
Ada.
work.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
But here, Packy getting a little bit of a red blitz, but exactly what he needs to start working
Yay.
away at these reds. And oh, watch this. He is doing amazing work here, bringing it down to the end of this level 13 and just needing a few more blues. Oh, getting exactly what he needs. Out of the
Oh,
708,
and
709.
let's just talk about this for a second. 709 is tied for the number 2 all-time hot time. He's tied with Influx there, and that is exactly what you need in a game against Adelito. That is an exclamation point. Period. End of story. Let's go. We're going to a decider, friends.
Do not poke the bear.
I know.
We know this all too well.
We do know this all too well. Just don't poke him.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. 5 games of this caliber of play cannot compute.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot argue with PB strats. I think Packy's previous PB was a 730. So
Wow.
ripping off that much time, amazing. And you could just see he was in the driver's seat after about the second level and was just never looking back. So GG's.
Let's see some hype in chat, guys.
Yeah, come on,
This
let's get
this
this
is
going.
this is game 5 against Adelito and Packy. So our number 1 seed versus our one of our world champions in this scene. So let's see this, and we're off already.
All right.
And again, about a 10-second difference.
Mm.
I
Nice
really like
opening moves
yeah.
there. Go ahead.
I really like Adelito's board. He really had some color diversity, so he had access to everything. Whereas Packy now has just a lot of yellow on his top line.
Yeah, and you notice that he did not put that double blue in column 7. I think that's a brilliant move
Mhm.
because that would have forced any clear and drop in column 8 to have a lot of drop time. So he's going to have to be very careful about that. Whereas Adelito is just going to have to be careful about how he prioritizes that red, and he sets up that blue horizontal beautifully in order to get that red going.
Yes, I've just been like I set on Packy's board because now he has a very spired board on both ends of his. But you see, he's kind of building a platform here. He decides, look at this, look at that clear right down the middle. But again, still a very spired board, so this is going to take some time to clear.
Mhm. Yeah, Adelito's got a little bit of trouble there in column 6, but he clears out that garbage. Um, and yeah, he's got a lot of options here for those yellow blues in the center. He takes them down. And so now everything is pretty much open. He can make a nice horizontal in row 1 with that double yellow. Chooses not to, but not a big problem at all. And he is setting up for the horizontal in row 2 there. Very nicely done. Meanwhile, Packy's board, a little bit messy, but we did believe that was going to happen based on the Spire situation. What do you think? Is he going to take out those yellows, that yellow horizontally? Do you see the one in column 8?
Yeah, well, not anymore.
No, not anymore. Yeah, no need for that. Okay.
But
Spoke too
originally,
soon.
I did agree that I thought that was the game or the play.
Hmm.
Just
Yeah.
needing some reds on his end to get out of the a misdrop,
Cool.
but it's not gonna be detrimental. He still has it just
Yeah.
a little bit
Oh,
more.
very nice combo setup. All right. So he's now in there. He's about 15 viruses back and then some based on the time differential to Adelito. Of course, you want to be in the driver's seat for your game. I wonder if Adelito is going to try to take these blues out in the center of the board horizontally. This platform definitely
Mm,
would suggest so.
and probably going to be needing to take some, trash in columns 3 in order to do so, but just a
Hmm.
little bit, and he does have the lead right now in both time and viruses, so he has that, luxury. And now clearing, and so doing awesome work to bring down his board.
Ooh, I think Adelita would have wanted to send that blue
Mhm.
yellow into column 6 and 5 to drop down. And you see him cleaning out that blue yellow. That is a signal that that was a true misdrop and not a faux faux misdrop. But notice this: if he gets this red yellow going,
Yep.
tucking into column 6, excellently done and drops down perfectly.
But that did give Packy a little bit of time to make up some of the viruses that he needed. He is needing a ton of yellow, but also getting it and making some plays that allows him to reach the pills underneath.
Ooh, but Adelito gets at a level 11 of 343 with a
Wow.
fat log. You gotta love to see it, a log
Log
out,
out.
as it were. We love our nicknames here at the DRMC for sure.
Yes, and Packy just needing again a little bit more yellow help here, and hopefully getting it from the doctor. Okay, 3 more yellows. Oh, a blue. Okay.
Yellow, yellow, let's go.
Those are not the colors
Mhm.
I want to see,
Oh, come
please.
on. He's so high up there. Oh, okay. He's out at a 428. We have seen people top out during match play, and of course, as always, you just keep playing. You just start over from the same level that you were on, and you just keep moving forward. Now, Adelito's got some trash there in column 2, very vertical, that he's going to have to take down. Not super obvious the plays that he's going to have for that. So we'll see how that goes. It could slow him down a little bit towards his end game.
Yeah, and that was due to a misflip on his end, I believe. But um, he might try and take those yellows horizontally. As we said before, he always is looking further down, and he might try and get those double reds to clear the reds underneath. So maybe he's not going to do that. He's probably going to clear underneath at this point. So But always be looking for those kind of opportunities because, again, turning that trash into treasure and not wasting any pills is the goal here.
For sure. Adelito with the underclear there. Had an opportunity. Double red could get an underclear in column 2. He takes it the second time. Very nicely done there. And he's going to be building underneath as well. So remember, that garbage that was there that I commented on quite a bit ago didn't end up really mattering. It did cause a little bit of drop time, but not much in the scheme of things. Adelito out at a 540.
Crazy.
Packy with 20 viruses left to go. That is a tough place to be in this decider.
Yeah, and on Adelito's side, he does have little access to red at this point. But he just made a red column in 6 and using it as trash to throw all those reds that he didn't need. But now he's getting access to red again, and so making some work over there.
All right, we're gonna have endgame from Packy here. He's gonna try to take out this yellow horizontally, I think, in the bottom row. Notice he moved that yellow away from it. And this double blue, perfect for him. He's just waiting for a red and a yellow. Gets them. Out at a 648. Ooh, Adelito's already with 29 viruses left to go, half a level further than Packy through this, and especially with that little bit of time added. And oh my gosh, that devastating combo down the left-hand side of the board from Adelito. Ooh, it makes me want to buy subs for everyone. Oh wait, I already did that.
But yes, so Adelito probably going for a fat log here, maybe in those yellows down there, taking that time because he has it. But Packy's just down pressing and trying to get the pills that he needs and make this a closer match here.
Yeah, he needs so much blue here to get this going. This is very frustrating because he's not able to advance this board right now. There's not even really much he can do in the way of plans because some of these blues are 2 blues deep. So it's a little frustrating. Meanwhile, Adelito just needs these yellows to clear, and then he's going to need one more red. And there he goes. He gets it. He's out at a 751. And with that, we had this decider. Packy taking 2 crowns off of Adelito when no one had for quite some time. And yeah, GG's. Adelito is heading into yet another finals.
But great game to both players. This was amazing to watch.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that last game, just outstanding from Packy. I mean, textbook. Yeah, it's the kind of thing you want to show people. In terms of, it's just like, how do you play this game? Oh yeah, let's watch this match.
And so we will be coming back with our next semifinal match, Floyd versus Watchma. And so yeah, stay tuned, everybody. Can't wait for that match either.
I know, it's one of our favorite resident dads, Floyd. See Packy finishing this out.
Good clear there.
He does look like he's going for the D sandwich, has a nice clean opportunity to do so. Yeah, he is not conceding there. Not conceding defeat. He's just going to take it out. Out at a 923. You can tell that he is not happy, but he has done what very few people have been able to do recently. So GG's to Pack. All right, and as Betty said, we're going to be looking for our next semi in just a few minutes, so stick around. This is the Dr. Mario Championship.
And welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championship June 2023 semifinals. We're going to be bringing you our number 3 seed Floyd versus our number 7 seed Watchma. My name is John Dat Flindo. Joining me in the booth is in the booth is none other than Ook. How you doing, Ook?
Doing all right, Flindo. How about yourself?
Well, if I can learn to talk, I'll be doing a lot better.
And after that last match, it's this one's gonna have a hard time passing that. That was definitely one for the ages. And yeah, this one coming up though is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Floyd. His average for this level block 1013 is an 818, and we've got Watchma, whose average is an 837. So just a very slight advantage for Floyd, but we've got two great players. Both have won the tournament in months past, so this could go either way, honestly.
Yeah, both of them multiple two-time champions, so that is definitely there's no telling what's going to happen with these guys. I will say though, the peak for these two, I've had to triple check my numbers to make sure that it was right. Floyd, his best in this level block, a 716. Watchman is only an 813. But again, Watchman is the one who has won since we've started this level block.
Absolutely. And our players are off good starting boards for both players. Floyd does have this potential for the horizontal yellow. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't take it. He's not usually a horizontal player, and he does signal that he wants to clear those out vertically.
Yeah, there's a lot of horizontals on Watchma's board, as we see that he had a block of 4 reds. 2 of them are already gone, and now 3 more are gone. He's just chewing up this level, and really the doctor providing just about everything he needs to do that. Not sure about this current setup. I think he's signaling he wants a double yellow, but oh, there it is.
Yeah, loving this board for Watchma. Over on Floyd's side, he's having a huge issue with red. He's got a lot of it cleared out, fortunately, but he's still got a lot of reds to work with and work through. He's down to just 2 yellow viruses completely, and he clears them out just as I'm talking about them. But he's doing a great job with what he's got. He's got 13 viruses remaining, now 11, which is tied with Watchma's 11. But I got to say, I like Watchma's board just a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's especially for Floyd's play style. I mean, Floyd, it's a finesse style board, and Floyd is a much more straightforward player. He loves just getting straight up and down clears, and this one taking a little bit more of a, like you said, more horizontals than he's used to. As you can see, even with the doubles, he's taking them out singly without doing the horizontals. So that's given Watchman the advantage here. He is already out as Floyd joins him in this level 11.
Yeah, Watchma got out at about a 143, 144, and he's been making some really nice plays here. Watchma is one of those that will take the horizontals if he has the opportunity, and he's been doing exactly that in this level 11. I thought he might have gone for those blues horizontally in columns 1 and 2, but he does signal, and he does go ahead and take those out horizontally. 32 viruses remaining for Watchma.
Yeah, he had the opportunity to put a yellow-red on top of columns 3 and 4 and set up a platform for that. But looking back, I see now that would have given him more reds than he needed, and he was finding better use for those pill halves elsewhere. With everything so stacked up in the bottom of this board, I don't blame him for trying to get down to it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, meanwhile, over on Floyd's side, he's making some really great plays. He just had a nice L clear and a drop cross. That's something we don't usually see from Floyd. That's really nice to see. Just needing a lot of red to progress this board. Double red there, really nice for him.
Yeah, Floyd probably listening to the commentary and going, yeah, you guys want to see finesse? Here's finesse. But yeah, it's... The fact that he does everything that he does so quickly and with such generally simpler plays that don't take as much, as they're not as complicated as a lot of the other players you'll see. That's just a testament to how strong and how quick of a player that he is. He's always thinking 2 steps ahead, and that always works out for him. But we do see the Watchman again on into his level 12. And not my favorite board for him, but it's this late in the in the game, it's not going to be too big of a deal because there's always going to be something once you get down to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Watchman's done a really great job with what he's been dealt with this board. Already down to 36 viruses remaining. Would love to see some more red pills as Floyd finally manages to get out at a 417. I'm liking Floyd's starting board. It's pretty diverse. Would love to see the doctor give him some more red pills though.
Yeah, I gotta say, I like the shape of Floyd's board. I'm gonna sound like Savage now, much more than what Watchma's got because Watchma literally has he's working on three different boards right now. There's column one, columns 3 through 5, and then columns 7 and 8. And with everything split as much as it is, that is really gonna slow him down. It's gonna be drop time. There's gonna be a lot going on. Floyd's board is much more compact, and that can give him an advantage if he can capitalize on it.
Yeah, and we see Floyd potentially setting up for a horizontal with these blues. He had some stuff stacked up to where it was going to drop down if he managed to get the horizontal. He does. Unfortunately, the stuff on top was now gone. He had to clear that out to manage the pills that he was getting. But he's making some really nice work on this. He's brought the deficit down to just 16 with all those reds that Watchmo was having to deal with and is still dealing with Ook.
Yeah, Watchman's definitely just feeling the crush of a lot of it is just again based on the
Look at this
craziness
from
this board
Floyd.
shape. And wow, Floyd with some really good plays here. He is down to just pretty much red and blue though, so these very limited yellows, and this could be a blessing or a curse. It really depends on what the pills provide. As Watchma works his way out at a 559 and is on to the final level of this block.
Watchma is just playing on fire in this level block. He's done a fantastic job. Loving this double blue. Look at that horizontal triple. Great play for Watchma as Floyd down to just 5 viruses remaining, doing his best to get out of this block quickly and efficiently.
Yeah, that long bar triple on the right-hand side was helpful as he's out at a 628, so about a 30-second deficit here. That is the sort of play that he needs, those extra virus plays. Those are going to really get him moving along. And Watchma seems to be thinking the same thing as he is set up for this quad, knocks that out. But again, he's got this highly separated board. Thankfully, that left-hand side has some doubles on top, but it is going to be a problem. I say that, and it's suddenly not going to be a problem because he's getting the pills that he needs to take out these viruses.
Oh, and he's going to get another L clear and drop down the garbage to match up the reds and yellows underneath. Really great heads-up play by Watchma, who's down to 13, now 11 viruses. Floyd down to 24. It looks like, well, with another monster combo from Watchma, it looks like Watchma's got this one pretty well in the bag.
Yeah, that fat log setup, that was another level because it looked like he was going to have everything facing the wrong direction. But then you notice, he knocked out the horizontals, and then all of a sudden everything dropped down to exactly the direction he wanted it. That is smart play as Watchman out at a 748. Floyd is going to finish this level out, it looks like, and be very close. Considering he was about 30 seconds behind at the start of this level, this is a heck of a level 13 for Floyd.
Absolutely. This has been a really nice level for Floyd, as you just said. And he is going to go ahead and finish it out. Oh, no, he's just going to reset. So GG's to both our players. Watchma takes game 1 in our best of 5.
PB. Got another one.
Hey, PB strats. Let's go.
That's his first sub 8 in a semi. So congrats to Watchma for another PB. We're setting them right and left this month.
That's a pretty big PB too. It's what, 24 seconds?
Yeah, that is that level 11 right there. That was a gorgeous level 11.
All right, we have readies from both our players and our 3, 2, 1 pills.
Pills.
Floyd rocking his Purdue Dad for Father's Day shirt.
Wow. I don't love anything about Floyd's board, honestly. It's it's separated out. It's not a kind board at all, but that is just the first blush of it. A lot of opportunities maybe down further into the board, but right now at the top of this board, it's just one of those things that makes you go, ugh.
Yeah, and he's been dealing with a lot of blue. Watchman dealing with some blue himself. I think he'd really like ideally to take this yellow horizontally, but he's got to clear out this blue in his column 5 to do it. He does take down the yellows on the right. He now has access to that. If he gets a double yellow, he's going to have a really nice combo here.
And he gets it. So nice combo, as you said, for Watchma, as Floyd has worked his way down into the bottom of this board, my commentary notwithstanding. Does miss the opportunity for the horizontal on that blue. Not sure if that was intentional. Again, that's just not Floyd's style. And totally one of the great things about this game is that there's not any one style that seems to be working better than any other. It's really just what makes you comfortable and what can you do fast.
Yeah, and I did happen to catch one of Floyd's streams recently, and I asked him if there's a reason he doesn't usually go for the horizontals. And what he told me was he either doesn't see them or he doesn't take them because it's going to mess up something else that he's got, as he's out at a 149. Not expecting Floyd to get out of that level 10 first, but here we are.
Yeah, as Watchman out about a 154, so close game, but yes, Floyd definitely with the advantage here. And again, it's like what we said. It's really about what you are comfortable with when you set your board up. As Floyd with a great setup gets all sorts of pills or all sorts of viruses off of his board, and is already. Wow, about 15 viruses ahead here, and really fairly early on in this level 11, although you would be able to tell from the number of viruses that Floyd's got left.
Yeah, you were talking about Floyd not having a great starting 10. I really have hated this starting level 11 for Watchma. Nothing really going on. He had a ton of blue that he had to work through. He's making good work of it. However, his board is just so sloped, and he's really spired in his columns 7 and 8. It's going to be really tough for him, especially if he doesn't manage to get some blue help pretty quick.
Meanwhile, we get a lightning rod from Floyd as he gets his horizontals, and boy, that could have been a really nice setup with the reds. Looks like he does see it this time, and I think he's going to set up for the yellow. He is going to set up for the combo there, out at a 325, and with quite a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, but Watchman's making some really great plays. Nice horizontal there, down to just 6 viruses remaining. I wonder if he wants to go for this fat log. I don't know if it's the right play. He is going to go for it. He's just got to clear out the yellow. And he'll almost have it.
There it is.
Won't be quite, but he does manage to get a horizontal and clear it out at a 357.
Yeah, so that is a monster combo out for Watchma. But Floyd, again, just working his way through the top of this board. He is looking at about an 18 virus lead, but that misdrop is not going to help with matters. He's going to have to get some yellow help now to kind of clear up that particular little mess. It's not going to be too bad because, again, we're early on in the level. It's not like he's waiting on those yellows to be able to advance his board at all, but it is going to slow him down.
Yeah, and Watchma's brought this down to just a 6 virus differential. Really nice plays here by Watchma. Just doing his best to get down this board. And I would love to see some more blue help for him, though, to really get to advance the board properly.
Yeah, that's literally what Watchman needs more than anything else right now. As we look over at Floyd, who is tied up with Watchma again, this is he's looking at some reds, and I'm not sure that he wanted what just happened to the top of his board. He is going to get some of these reds, but yeah, he's now screen watching. He's checking to see, am I still alive? Is this board going to be the death of me? Well, no, actually, this is just level 12. So I don't know what he's looking at. But point of the matter is, both players with a little bit of a struggle here in this level 12, but you know, it's still pretty well neck and neck.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been an interesting board for both players. I'm wondering if Floyd is going to go for these blues horizontally. It certainly looks like he's going to do that. If he does, he's going to drop a little bit of yellow garbage on top of that red pill. He does, or red virus rather. He does take the blue horizontal. He's just going to have to clear out this yellow to be able to access that red underneath.
Looks like, oh, he gets it just in time. So now he's kind of got his choice, and goes ahead and just does it in one virus out, or one pill gets out at a 615. While Watchma, I mean, that was a great, but that's going to be a problem. Yeah, he had a great setup there, but unfortunately, just everything is so siloed out right now. It is really going to take a double blue to get him out of this, I think. I'd hate for him to have to manufacture one. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, with Watchma being on that medium speed, he does have the opportunity to manufacture, which he does. But you saw that he got that double blue after he had already blocked it off, which was unfortunate. But he does manage to get out and join Floyd in this level 13. But with a 17 virus differential, it's going to be a tall order for him to catch up.
Yeah, and those last couple of pills for Watchma were terrifying. He nearly made a misdrop by flipping one of his pills the wrong way, and I'm starting to see what I did to Larva last night when it came to commentary. I thought he was done for, and it was going to be a long road back. But even then, this is a really solid level for Floyd. Looks like, barring catastrophe, he is going to be taking this game number 2. But man, it has been a fight between these two, and I can't wait to see what the next couple of games are going to provide.
Yeah, absolutely. Floyd just down to 5, now 4. And he's just done such a good job to get through this level block in this game, bounce back from that tough loss in game 1. And he sees that the next pill is going to be a yellow-blue, and he veers off on the red-yellow, gets out in an 809, officially takes game 2. We have a tie game.
Absolutely. Just a little bit of extra Dr. Mario for everybody. After we got a full 5 games last time, we're going to see at least 4 this time.
And Watchman seeing that he's lost. Maybe going to go ahead and top out. Oh, it looks like he might be having some controller issues. I've seen this before. Nah, he's just messing around.
Looks like he straightened it out. All right. All right, so once we get our players readied up, we're going to go straight into this game number 3 of 5. We do, in fact, have those readies. And here it is. 3, 2, 1, and kills. Trust the musician to be able to hit it just on time. All right. A lot of red on the top for Watchma, but he starts off with a double red. That's always a salve on that particular wound. Floyd goes for a horizontal immediately. I think he's listening to his Flindo. That might just be an indicator.
Yeah, I saw it, and I really hoped he was going to go for it because it was the absolute play that he needed to make. It's a great play by Floyd there. Watchma setting up for a pretty good horizontal combo. It left him with a bit of garbage, though. He's going to have to work through that. But he's going to get this horizontal red potentially and drop down and be a little less garbage.
Yeah, on Floyd's side, I was hoping to see a cross or a T clear with some blues on the right hand side. He does still have the opportunity to take those blues horizontally at the top of his board now, but I don't think that's going to be the work that he's going to put in. He's got a bit of an advantage here, but yeah, actually, he just has an advantage. There's no time or discrepancy between these two, so are not enough to matter. As gets a nice D sandwich drop horizontal. That was just beautiful.
Yep. Floyd down to 2, now 1. Watchma down to 3. That red pill half on top of that blue in column 3 is going to be a little bit troublesome for him. But he's going to be able to drop this blue down and set up a nice horizontal and get out at a 142. Enjoyed Floyd in level 11.
Yeah, just a few seconds between these two. And I like what Watchma's got available here, but it is going to take him ever getting any reds. Looks like he is going to signal he's just going to take these reds, one of them horizontally and the other vertically. That is a difficult choice to have to make, but he pulls it off and makes a nice little combo out of it with minimal garbage.
Yeah, looking at Floyd's board here, it's really an interesting board. He is able to get a combo, not the one I was expecting to see, especially with a double yellow following. But it's been really interesting for Floyd. He could potentially go for that fat log, but I guess he didn't see it because he didn't go for it.
He needs this exact pill. And you know what? He might do it. He is going to do it. There we go. He's not going to do it. Okay. So we wanted it. I mean, he did get a really smart clear out of it. And, that misdrop, though, that's going to be a bit of a pain point for him. But the double comes right after it, so saves him from a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, Watchman, on the other hand, just needing a heck of a lot of red. And that's really all you can say about this board. He does have the potential to maybe get a log out on those reds on his left side, and he doesn't go for it, but he does get the double reds that he needs out at a 323.
See, now I got to stop and think which one of those is going to be faster. I think the log out would have been faster because it would have been a single clear, but still, I mean, it all worked out, and the one you don't have to think about is the one that's fastest.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at both of these boards now, not really a fan of either of them. If I had to choose, I'd rather have Floyd's board. There's just so much red on Watchma's side that it's kind of painful to see.
Yeah, there's a lot going on Floyd's board. This nice cross clear that worked out really well for him. Yeah, the lack of access to yellow now is going to be a bit of a problem for Floyd, as he is quite a bit up higher on his board. Is only about 10 viruses back, though. And
just peeking over at our chat, we've got some dad jokes going on for Father's Day. Always a fan of that.
Yes, you are.
And I'm not even a dad.
I was about to say, more so than me, and I'm the actual dad here. So what does that say? I don't know what it says. It says nothing. It says you like corny jokes. Anyway. Wow. What do we like? What do we not like? Watchma's got a setup here. Oh, he's going to get the T into a combo. That was real nice for him. Floyd with this horizontal is seeing some smart plays. I think I would have liked for him to have used the red blue down there so that he would be set up for the blues horizontally. But he is getting ready for that, as Watchma is now out of his level 12 and into the final level of this block.
Yeah, Watchma had some really nice RNG to go with that board and was able to just fly through it. I was a little bit concerned seeing how heavy on the right side it was. Not as heavy as Floyd's board has been, but he managed to get out of it pretty easy, pretty efficiently. And he's just making some great plays here in this level 13, already down to 41 viruses as Floyd gets into his final level at about a 542.
Yeah, I like what Watchma's got set up here. He does have a little bit of garbage now, but it's not enough to really cause you a lot of problems. Um, it's going to be a little red heavy, but I don't think that's going to be an issue as he's finding ways of using every pill half that he's got. Floyd also doing that, but with quite a bit less yellow even here on his top line.
Yeah, and with a 25, now 24 differential for Floyd, it's going to be... It's looking like it'll probably come up Watchma, but he's got to have the reds and blues to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a hard row to hoe for Floyd, but again, we've seen crazier things. We say it every day of this tournament. There's always something crazy that can happen. Although it's with all the reds at the top of this board for Floyd, I don't think these crazy things are going to happen today.
Yeah, and especially with this red, Watchma gets another PB, a 703, 704. Good night.
Well, where does that put him? Because that is a smoking hot time. Getting to that right now.
Yeah. I've got it here in front of me. Depending on if it was an 03 or 04, he's either tied for number 1 or the number 2 spot.
Goodness. So we'll leave that to Floyd, who is our webmaster over on the website. He'll take a look and decide exactly what that was, I think. But yeah, no, that is nothing. There's nothing you can do about that.
Absolutely. That was very close to being our first sub 7 in 10 to 13.
Could you imagine? I can't. No, sorry. No, I can't. No. No. This is what universe are we living in where you can hit 10 to 13 in sub 7? Oh boy.
But Watchma does take that, and we have it ready from Watchma. And looks like we had it ready from Floyd as well.
Yep,
yeah.
There it is.
And 3, 2, 1, pills.
Pills.
All right. Floyd looking to take this game and force Watchma into a decider. Watchma looking to put Floyd away. First impression, I saw both boards at the same time, and I legit thought they were mirrors of each other.
Yeah, I can see that. Watchman's got his brains on this one. That was a tough call to see. Looks like good plays for him. I really like this setup, and he's in a really good spot. This is about as perfect a board setup as you could want as far as diversity goes. Floyd's side, I mean, he is just hammering his way through it as well, though.
Yeah, both players have just...
Yes!
Wow. Both players have just put a huge dent in this board so quickly. But Floyd, look at this. 14 viruses left, only a minute into his level 10. This is one of the fastest level 10s I've ever seen. However, he's going to have a lot of blue to put it away.
Yeah, and oh, wow. Nails the horizontal there. And looks like he's about to set up for another one. And man, oh man. Yeah, Floyd definitely putting the screws to Watchma in this, just early on in this level. Although Watchma is finding his way back. I wonder if he's going to put a horizontal there. He chooses not to.
He's going to go for the swaggy clear.
Yeah.
Out at 138. Floyd not going to be far behind, though. Just needs 2 more blues. Come on, game.
That's a testament to just the bad RNG he's been getting, considering how fast he started this out, and just the play of Watchma as well.
Yeah, and both players on into our level 11. Looking at both boards, I think I'm not a huge fan of either board. I think I'd rather have Floyd's board. He's got a lot more horizontal opportunities. But this is Floyd we're talking about, who has been known not to take the horizontals. So we'll see what happens here as he progresses through.
Yeah, there's a lot to like on Watchma's board, but it's because of that chasm deep into 5, that is going to really force him to keep some things up in the air. Otherwise, all of these double opportunities that he's got, they're just going to disappear on him.
Yeah, and Floyd with a lot of blue to work with right now, and not a lot of blue pills rather to clear him out. He's starting to get him though, as I started to say in that.
Yeah, as we look over on Watchma's side, he has come up with some really clever plays and kept himself from having too awful much drop time here. This one's going to give him a nice horizontal, and he is now free and clear on every virus. So, oh, and the doctor's just going to give him exactly what he needs out of the 329.
Gosh. Seeing Watchma play today, I'm glad it's Floyd there and not me.
Yeah, seeing Watchman there today, I'm surprised that I got as close as I did to it being me and not him. Yeah, this is next level play from both of these players. As Floyd, I think, is going to set up for this horizontal with a drop. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, and he waits for the red yellow very wisely and gets another yellow horizontal on top of that combo out at a 404. As Packy would say, time not found.
That was some sick play right there. And we're starting to make mincemeat of this level 12 as Watchman's about halfway through it. So we'll see if the fact that, okay, yeah, I was going to say, we'll see if the fact that Watchman's got all of the stuff built up to go way deeper on his board is going to matter. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. But he would really like some blues right now. Please and thank you.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he's going to go ahead and take these reds horizontally in his row 3, and he does appear that he's going to do that. The rest of the board is probably going to be mostly vertical, I would guess, especially that column 8. You see those double blues underneath the red. He's really probably going to have to clear this out vertically.
Yeah, I think, that horizontal on the yellows, that's Watchman's one horizontal there. With Floyd, I don't like the board. It's just not nice.
I don't either.
It's just not nice at all. I'm looking around going, no. It's just no.
Yeah.
But he has made his way pretty deep into it and get some nice combos here. And, he's just got to hope that Adelito gets... gosh, I saw Adelito chatting just a second ago, and it put him into my brain again. He's got to hope that Watchma doesn't get the sort of board that Watchma's got, which is pretty friendly to doubles and got some setups.
Oh my gosh, game, give him the blue.
There it is. It should have been a blue-yellow, but whatever. That's a lot of stuff going off the board at once.
I'm kind of surprised that the game didn't glitch, at the very least.
Yeah, and so this is Watchman needing exactly that. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Floyd joining Watchma into our final level of this game, potentially of the match. If Watchma can keep this lead here, he's got a 25 virus lead on Floyd at the moment, and Floyd, hating this starting board for him. A lot of red, a lot of blue, absolutely no yellow access whatsoever. The closest one is at least one row down.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. Unfortunately, for Floyd. That's a killer board. But this is Dr. Mario. This is the game we play. On Watchma's side, he's got some interesting setups. I don't know that any of them are particularly clear, but I don't think any of it's going to matter. As he does get this combo here, he's just one blue away from going into our finals. And there it is, folks. With a 734, Watchma is going to be joining Adelito in this month's finals. That'll be coming up in our next matchup. GG's to Floyd, though, for putting on a heck of a show. And GG's to Watchma. Good luck in the next round.
Indeed. And if Watchma plays the way he just did, this is going to be a heck of a finals. So you guys stay tuned, and we will be bringing you that very shortly. This is the Dr. Mario Championship.
And welcome back to the Dr. Mario Championships June 2023 finals now. For our speed tournament, I am Mook the Librarian, and we've got just a couple of announcements here before I pass on to our commentators for our final match. Wanted to mention again the t-shirt contest that we have got coming up for our finals in Versus this year, coming up at the Torg Expo in November. We're looking forward to a great time for that. So check into our Discord if you're not already there. It is in our chat. And you know what? You get a chance to design the t-shirt this year. So definitely check that out. That will be in the Discord server. As well as that, we want to make sure that you stick around next weekend as we get ready for our other two tournaments this month. The first one is going to be our silver tournament coming up next Saturday. We've got a few players in for that, including at least one new face. So that is going to be an exciting time. The silvers have been just phenomenal this year, and know you're going to want to see that. As well as Sunday, we have an SNES tournament. It is going to be played in much the same manner as we're playing it with the NES, but on a game with a lot better RNG and a little bit of a different look. So we hope you will come by and that we will see you next weekend for those two tournaments. But right now we've got a finals to get to, so I'm going to hand it over to Savage Octagon and John Dat Flindo for the call.
Woo! Hey, Flindo.
Hey, Sav.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I after that match between Watchman and Floyd, and then seeing Packy and Adelito before, this is gonna be a heck of a match between these two players. We've got our 1 seed Adelito versus our 7 seed Watchma. Adelito, as we know, has just been on absolute fire in this final level block. He's won several tournaments this year. Watchma looking to break that streak and get a tournament win himself here in 2023.
Well, I believe that Watchma's already won a tournament in 2023.
Yeah,
I feel that keenly. Yes, I think he beat me in January. So, but the thing is, the last time these two met in the finals, it was Watchma. But as our chat mentioned, it was kind of before Adelito was Adelito. We saw him start in the beginning of last year and just take off. And by the end of the year, he was unstoppable. So we have readies from both players. We're going to be seeing levels, I believe, 14 through 17. I think we still see our semifinals up there. But we got our 3, 2, 1, and...
Bills!
Yes! Excellent.
Yes!
Bills. Let's go.
All right. And Watchma already out of the gate with some really nice plays to start out with. I thought he might take those double blues and put them on top of the blues in 6 and 7, but he elects to use it somewhere else and has already started to chip away at this board, but so much red and blue at the top of his board.
I can't take it. I don't want to look, but at the same time, if you look at Adelito's board, same thing going on now. If he just gets one red blue, he's going to be in business.
And there
he
it
gets it. Giant fat log, setting up with some garbage on column 5, but nothing he can't handle. He takes it down with this. And so a tiny bit of diversity, but still mostly a 2-color game, blue-yellow. But Watchma a little bit ahead, even though, again, the time differential is saying something different.
Yeah, and Watchma has opened up a bit of diversity now. Of course, now that I say that he's mostly looking for reds at this point, and Mario giving him not red, yellow, and blue is Mario's favorite color right now for Watchma. Unfortunately for him, but he's making some really nice setups with what he's got, setting up for future plays. He's got some really nice things that he can do if he just gets the pills that he needs.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's so hard to call these finals because as soon as you start talking about something, that setup is gone. That's because these pills are so close together. They represent the, I would say, sort of the most challenging in terms of like seeing your advanced setups and not messing up your plans, but also having the pills so high up on the board to start with. Once these get to 17, you're going to see that they're going to have to be really careful at the top of this board. But look at this. They are so close together. Of course, Adelito taking the lead based on time. Look at this nice horizontal and then a big combo from Watchman there. It takes off some garbage that could have been used for that blue in column 5 eventually, maybe. But looking real clean otherwise.
Yeah, and Watchma. Oh, I love that play that he just made, putting the blue-red on top. And with the undertuck to get the sweet tea and clear out all the blues. And he's got the yellows he needs. Added a 2-16 for Watchma with that log out. We'll see if Adelito's able to keep pace with him. He's going to be out here. I'm surprised he didn't take the combo there with the blue. And that's going to cost him out at a 2-16. Also, we have a tie game.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. Now, this board, you see Watchma scooting that over to the side on medium speed. You're going to be able to reach the left and right where you cannot reach them on high speed. Adelito, no diversity on this top line. Notice he is on his last blue, and he's trying to figure out a way to break through this big barrier of red. It'd be amazing if he could get a lot of it off at the same time, but the pills just didn't come for that. So we'll see. But basically, oh my gosh, it's all red on the top line.
Yeah, and that is really going to be detrimental for Adelito. You can see he had everything set up for a monster fat log. All he needed was a double red, and he finally gets it now, like 20 pills later?
Yeah.
And it's given Watchma a chance to just really pull ahead here. He's opened up on the screens about an 8 virus lead on Adelito. But again, we do have about a 15-second timer differential. But wow, Watchma has just been really plowing through this level while Adelito was struggling with that red situation.
Mm-hmm. And Watchma's plans are so great. Notice he is being very careful, setting up for horizontals with that blue on the bottom and leaving himself open to take horizontals in row 2 as well. So this is looking really good for Watchma. He's got a lot of options, and of course that's the name of the game in your end game here. But Adelito's so clean at the end of this level 15, and notice he's setting up so that blue garbage in column 6 will drop onto the yellow, and he could possibly have horizontal plans with that red up in row 4. Doesn't choose to take them, but he's got a lot of good options now.
And I absolutely love the prioritization that Watchma has had as he's get out at 428. He's making the right decisions with his pills, and everything came in the right order for him. Looking at Adelito's side, he is going to be a bit behind the 8 ball here. Nothing too detrimental for him. I'd like to see him get a red. He does get it. He decides to fire off the combo, and he gets the other red that he needs out at a 434, joining Watchma in level 16.
Mm-hmm. Watchma's about 10 viruses ahead. Wasn't able to get a ton of stuff off the board super quickly. Just the pills and the combination not coming. You see that Watchma's board pretty much, again, mostly red story, some blue at the top there, but opening up that diversity. I'm kind of hoping for a little red blitz there for Watchma, not coming. But if he's able to get these reds off horizontally, does he do it? Yes. Beautiful work there.
He does have that one red that he wasn't able to clear out. But he's going to get it with his fat log.
Oh, nice fat log. Adelito with a good horizontal with those blues there. And working on a horizontal with some reds as well. Wondering if he's going to take it with the red-blue. Probably not, based on the fact that the blues underneath that red up top could be taken out horizontally. But we will see what he does. There we go. He takes that out. And we'll see what he does with those yellows up top.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Watchma again just plowing through like he's done all day. He's really looking to get some reds here. He gets it there, clears out the garbage, and he's going to be able to. He's just got a really nice diverse board now on his top line, which is pretty low at this point, and looking to just keep trucking away and get through this level pretty quickly, which he's been able to do so far.
Yeah, he is needing to throw away those blues. Notice in column 3, it just wasn't going to work out for him. But the rest of this board going really well. I'd love to see him get a red-yellow for that column 6, opening up the possibility to take those blues out in row 1. We see that happening. Let's see how he goes there. Making lots of good plans. Oh, I love these horizontal plans for the bottom of that board. Just needs the red to clear out. And he's going to be out because he got the blue that he needs. Yes, out at 7 minutes.
Absolutely incredible by Watchma. Though Adelito not far behind. His board, it looked a little bit split as he was working his way down. And it still is split to an extent. You see his 1 and 2 and 5 through 7 are completely empty. So he's probably gonna be dealing with a little bit of drop time as he's working through his end game here. I'm looking at his column 8. He's probably gonna be taking this blue horizontally, which he does with that nice double blue to get both of them out. But needing red and needing yellow, especially to get down to that blue in his column 1.
Yeah, and Watchma has been having an amazing start to this level 17. He's got a really nice cushion to work with, and everything has been cooperating. At the very beginning of the level, he was working really high up there with some blue garbage, but he was patient. He got a double blue to clear it out, and in the meantime had so many good plans. So notice he is going at the top layer, at the bottom layer, everything's going. Watchma finally into his level 17, but he is over 30 viruses back, and even with that time differential, that is a huge deficit, John.
Yeah, Adelito just this is not something we're used to seeing from Adelito. The struggle bus that he's been on in this level block. I'm sure he's not happy about it. Oh, and he's in a little bit of a dangerous situation here with that blue in his column 5. If he's not careful, especially on high speed, we could be potentially looking at a top out.
I mean, that would seem so unlikely for Adelito, but he is going to continue to ignore this blue until he really has to. And
oh man, there we go.
Gosh,
okay.
Yeah. And so in Nest Dr. Mario, if you flip half of the pill out of the top of the bottle, the game's going to forget about it and it's going to disappear. It's not going to turn into drop time. So with that, Adelito is free and clear again, but Watchma's down to 5. This is amazing, John.
Absolutely. Watchma just, God, what can you say? He's just played some really good Dr. Mario. Just going to need one more red and out at a 9:26. Which is a 15-second PB for Watchma.
And the 15th hottest time in this level block. So Watchma just setting things on fire tonight and this whole weekend. I mean, he's already good, but we're seeing a ton of improvement. And you know what? This board for Adelito, if you look at it, this is not, even with all of the great doubles, this is not a winning board.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate, but what can you do?
Too little diversity, yeah.
The crazy thing about Watchma is he has been grinding hard in the SNES version. He hasn't been playing much, at least on stream. He hasn't been playing much of the NES version. So to see him come out and just put on an absolute slugfest, wow.
Yeah, and Adelito's going to be probably a minute back, which we're not used to seeing. This is very exciting. I mean, we love all of our players, but the Dr. Mario community just loves a good Cinderella story. And right now, I mean, anybody against Adelito seems like a Cinderella story, even someone as decorated as Watchma. So Adelito out at a 10-28.
Absolutely fantastic. So Watchma takes game 1 of our best of 5. Adelito looking to bounce back after that rough level block that he had. Wow.
And we know that he can. I mean, he has the number 1, number 2, number 3 hottest times all under 9 minutes. So can we see Adelito kick it into another gear? Woo!
All right, and we already have it ready from Watchma. Watchma today just proving those PB strats are the best strats.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you just can't argue with them. You know? I think one of the best games for that was definitely hats off to Luke in round 1. He and I had a game where he PB'd a little bit. I think both games we played. And I was really close to my PB, so that was fire. Adelito is refreshing his Steam.
Well, he might have a little bit of steam after that last. Oop the Librarian saying in our chat, for those of you who are watching this later on YouTube, Adelito has put a sub-9 in during each of his last 3 finals appearances. That's absolutely insane. We'll see if he's able to make that a 4 appearance streak.
Yeah, and I am just posting in the chat. This is our amazing website where we're getting all of these statistics. Some members of our community, Floyd and DM Hero, put together this beautiful website. And man, it used to be this very elaborate spreadsheet where you'd have to really go deep down into it and dig up your stats. But this is a beautiful thing. So everybody should check it out and follow along.
Absolutely. We have readies and we have our 3, 2, 1 hills.
Right. And of course, again, we're going to have a little lag from Adelito's side. Start from Watchma. We're going to want to see a lot of blue from his side coming up pretty soon. But of course, he gets a mini double blue blitz ending just at the right time. Let's go.
Yes, and that mini blue followed, of course, by a blue-red. We don't get to call that out very often, so...
right.
And yeah, Watchma just making some really great plays.
Definitely. Yeah, here in the community, we know a lot of tips and tricks about this game, including how busted the RNG is, but what you're going to expect once that RNG unbusts itself. So we got Watchma, Adelito coming onto the screen. Actually, their times are very close together. They just didn't show up right away. But look at all this red for Adelito. And a little bit spired on the left and right-hand sides. He's going to have to take some drop time.
Yeah, this is a really interesting setup for Adelito. He had a little bit of a red arc. And it was really interesting to see, but he's since brought it down. Look at this drop cross combo from Adelito. Really nice play there. But while Adelito's had a bunch of red that he's had to work with, looking over at Watchma's side, he's just got so much yellow on this board. He's kind of got that same arcing shape that Adelito's board had.
Yeah, definitely. And the RNG is not being as friendly to Watchma as it was to Adelito. Adelito was able to get things going underneath the board, on different layers, but Watchma didn't have that opportunity. But let's see. Beautiful horizontal from Watchma. Going to keep this board advancing. And he's got opportunities on the left and the right to work with. So, but Adelito just needs a couple more reds and he's going to be out, minimizing the drop time on the left-hand side, and out at a 158.
Sub 2, level 14. That's insane.
It really is. This is amazing. And
yeah, and not loving his starting board though. Look at all this yellow that he's having to work through.
But look at that. It's so clean, and he gets the double yellow for the horizontal. Glad he didn't have a double yellow blitz there. It would have been followed by double blue, which isn't too bad. But look at this. He's able to rip all of these horizontals off the board very nicely. Yellow is going to be a little bit of a problem for him until the bottom of his board. Now, Watchma just needs this yellow. He's out at a 238, but he's about 20 viruses behind Adelito right now.
Yeah, which, it's unfortunate, but we've seen Watchma do some pretty crazy stuff today, and it's definitely not going to be insurmountable for him, especially if the RNG cooperates. He's already making some ridiculous combos in the beginning of this level 15, while Adelito is struggling a little bit to get the pills that he needs. You're seeing all this red and blue here at the center of his board. He does finally open up a little bit of yellow access, immediately clears it out, but is able to open up one more and just making some great plays. But it might give Watchma a chance to catch back up if he doesn't keep getting the pills that he needs. Oh, and maybe a little bit of a misdrop there from Adelito.
Yeah, it looks like it. Hard to tell that it wouldn't be. But yeah, Adelito was having this issue that the yellow would disappear. He'd open one up, and then the next pills that would come would just send it right away again. But he does have that garbage cleared out. Watchma has narrowed the gap now to about 12 viruses as opposed to 20 at the beginning of the level. But this very blue top line is going to cause some trouble here for Watchma towards the end of this game. Nice horizontal there from Adelito. Just going to be very straightforward here. Just needs a couple more blues.
Yeah, and you were talking about the blues on Watchma's side. They're pretty much gone as far as the top line is concerned. He does have a lot of red that he's having to work with, but he's been doing a really good job of this. I've been really impressed with him in this level 15, just needing more reds to show up for Watchma.
Wow, this opening board for Adelito, so blue-red. And I feel like most of the combos that we've seen, the two-color boards have been blue-red this time. I wonder if something is going on with these seeds. But yeah, so double-friendly. I think that aside from this yellow in column 6, that like basically everything is doubled up somehow. This is an amazing board.
Yeah, as we like to say in the booth, this is a speedrunner's dream for Adelito.
Ooh.
And Watchma able to join him in level 16. His board it's not terrible. He does have some things that he can do with it. But I mean, look at this horizontal into the drop with the reds. It's a really nice play. And he did have another horizontal blue setup, but he did drop that down. As we seem to have lost Adelito temporarily, we will get him back for you as soon as we can. But meanwhile, we'll just keep talking about Watchma, Savage.
Yeah, and this is a good board for Watchma. Now, he does have a little bit of garbage that he's going to have to decide how to prioritize that in columns 5 and 6 there. But nice, he's taken down those yellows horizontally. And yeah, there's not a lot of use for red. He's going to have to dig down, but luckily that garbage clear is doing it for him. He's going to I thought he was going to go for the horizontal there with those reds, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I definitely thought he was going to go for the horizontal as well, but he didn't have to because he had all kinds of setups, as we do have Adelito back and immediately out at a 621.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
What? Yeah, I mean, it is very late in the evening there for Adelito, but he seems to have woken up. And just like we say about Packy, you do not want to poke that bear.
Absolutely. And not loving all the red, though, at the top of Adelito's board. He does have an opportunity to clear it out horizontally. A blue-red would be ideal. He goes ahead and he takes the double red because it sets him up for another horizontal red there in his columns 5 and 6. Very nice play by Adelito.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Watchma finishing out this level 16. He needs a lot of blue help. And luckily, he's going to be able to drop some blue down on top there, get out. And he's out at a 724. But let's see, Adelito already about 30 viruses ahead. Goodness.
Yeah, Watchma was about a minute behind Adelito getting out of level 17. It's going to be very tough toenails getting him back into this game. I don't know why I said tough toenails, but that's what came out.
I mean, it's a phrase. It's a phrase
It is.
people, I've heard it before, so this is not the first time. Yeah, and I mean, just like look at this board for Adelito. You know, he's a little bit spired on the left and right. The middle is lower, and so that automatically means that unless you build up, which it looks like he might have some plans to do in column 6, he's going to have to take a little bit of drop time. But look, he's got that red horizontal set up really well, John.
Yeah, and looking over at Watchma's board, I don't know. I'm just seeing a very vertical board for Watchma, which is very counterintuitive to his play style. He does have a few horizontal opportunities, mostly with the yellows, but they're just buried under all this red, Sav.
Yeah, I don't know. He just hasn't really been able to advance this board, and I don't really think it's his fault. Just kind of the combinations he was given. He had to drop that garbage on the left-hand side. Yeah, it's just a pain in the butt. And now he's got this double red blitz. We know it's ended by a red yellow, and this is so great. Look at that sideways sweet tea. But you know, it is definitely not going to be enough with what we've seen Adelito throwing down, John.
Mm-hmm. I thought we might see a sub-9 from Adelito. We're not going to get it this particular round, but it's very close as he's out at a 905. Which, let's just see, that does set
it's
a
number 5
time.
Yeah, you know, whatever. Just casual. Setting those top 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Exo Girl Wonder says, I want Flindo to commentate my life, to be honest. I think we all do. I really want the colorful phrases and I want someone to say, you know, Savage is fixing to, you know, kick some butt, you know, just on a daily basis. That would be pretty good.
See, I've always heard the popular one I've always heard wanting to commentate your life is Morgan Freeman. I know I hear that one a lot.
Yeah, that would be pretty good too, but you know, I think you're slightly less expensive for now.
That's fair. I mean, you can't get more or less expensive than free. So anyway, as Watchma just going ahead and finishing out this level 17, really nice combo. He's going to be out at a 10-19 for Watchma. A minute and about 14 seconds after Adelito, but still putting on a great show. It just wasn't a board that was a block that was going to be able to work with him.
Mm-hmm. But it is still below his average, so that's looking pretty good. You know, we always just want to see players scoot down your average because no matter what, that's a sign that you are getting better. You know, players start to practice and they see those minute numbers tick down. It's a really good feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. But we now have a tie game, and it's essentially a best of 3 now, folks. Well, no, not quite. 1, 2. No, yeah, best of 3.
1,
I can add.
3, 4, 5. Everybody in the car, so come on, let's ride. Okay, we got readies from both players, and our 3, 2, 1. John.
Hills.
Excellent.
3, 2, 1. John. That's a new one.
3, 2, 1. John.
All right. Another instance where both of the boards kind of look mirrored, to be honest. Very similar boards here to start off with. Both have amazing horizontal opportunities. You see Adelito going for this huge combo. I thought he might have used that double yellow to set off what he just set off now. But wow, what a great combo either way.
Yeah, that was a really great tee. And the great thing is these horizontals allow a player to keep the top line, this very tight top line on these high levels, even. So that's pretty good. You can see Watchma struggling a little bit to keep that top line even, although he's not in any trouble whatsoever. But he's spired on the left and right with those reds. They're going to have to take some drop time, but nice horizontal down the center of the board.
Yeah, looking at Adelito's board, it's an interesting board for sure. He really wants to take these yellows in his column 2 and 3 horizontally. A blue yellow would do it, and what do you know? He gets it, and he's gonna get 2 more vertical clears in his 1 and 3. Great play there by Adelito. I wish I could get the RNG that Adelito gets on these combos.
I mean, he makes it himself. I don't know. I mean, like, he's so good. It makes me kind of mad. Look at this fat log. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and Watchma's 12 viruses back got a lot of good. I mean, this is going to be a board that doesn't require a ton of elaborate work. He is going to have to clean out this yellow garbage, but luckily it's stuck horizontally, so that's pretty nice. And he's able to drop down to prep this blue yellow to drop for a good horizontal with yellows at the bottom of the board, or even another fat log.
He's going to go for the fat log.
Yes! Let's go. And is he going for another one?
Yes, he is. Fat log.
Yes!
What the heck is this seed for Watchma? Wow.
It is the fat log seed, but Adelito out first. He is working through this, and luckily RNG providing just the right balance of red and yellow. He is going to need a bunch of red now coming down off of this board, and he's going to be kind of seesawing stuff down the side because this red is just floating right in the middle. But Watchma out of level 14.
Yeah, he got out about a 212. And I gotta say, I'm really loving the look of Watchma's board overall. He's got a lot of double opportunities, got a lot of horizontal opportunities. The only concerning thing would be the center of his board. He's got quite a bit of red and blue that he's gonna have to work through, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad for him as long as he gets the pills that he needs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, for sure. Adelito still needs a bunch of red. I thought maybe he might be patient about a sweet tea in the upper right-hand corner, but really when all you need is red, you're just going to try to whip that off the board as quickly as you possibly can. And speaking of reds, what does Watchman need? And he's not really getting red, but there he goes. He cleans it off. That means his top line is almost exclusively yellow.
Yeah, this is a really interesting board for Watchma for sure, but look at this combo.
Woo!
Goodness.
Yeah, but now there's a lot of garbage going on.
Oh, I like that decision to take out the garbage instead of the virus.
Mm-hmm.
And Adelito he's just in cruise control right now. He's doing what Adelito does. Wondering about that blue setup. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing there. It looks like he's going to set up for maybe a 3 virus and garbage fat log, which he does take. I think ideally he's wanting to take these blues horizontally, which he'll be able to do with that yellow blue. And then once he places a red down on the bottom of his board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was wondering why he didn't take that red horizontal a little bit sooner, but it didn't really matter with the order of the pills given. He's out at about a 427. Meanwhile, Watchma 17 viruses behind. Yeah, Adelito has really woken up.
Yeah, for sure. But we see Watchma over here, really nice undertuck to get the clear and drop the blue down. Not loving the general setup of his board though. It's I don't know how to describe it. It's just there's a lot of blue that he's gonna have to work through. I like that tuck under with the double yellow to set it up vertically. He's just gonna need a lot of blue, and fortunately he has been getting it. He's able to clear out his last yellow virus there, getting close to be able to get out of this level.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Adelito, he's been working very efficiently, but his luck is running out because he basically needs yellow on this top line. Wasn't getting a ton of it. And it's just going to be a little bit slow going, or he's going to be doing some things like bracket clears, which we don't often see him doing to try to clear stuff out. Now, Watchma finally into his level 16. He's about 30 viruses back. Again, not the kind of deficit that you want to see, not the commanding lead that he had in the first game. And Adelito just clearing things out really nicely, really quickly. I'd love some blue-red for him to be able to tuck into column 5 and 6. Oh, he gets it a little bit too late, but you see now what I mean. He's dropping down that yellow from the top.
Mm-hmm. And look at this. He's already got another red horizontal set up. That's just one of the things that Adelito is really, really good at, is looking down the board, seeing where those horizontal setups are and doing whatever he can to make them happen. And you if you look, he's already got this blue setup to where once he clears out the yellow, as long as it's not a yellow blue, which he does avoid, he gets the blues and he gets the yellows both horizontally. A double yellow would be absolutely perfect for him, but it doesn't have to be, as he gets one yellow and he gets the other one here out at a 648.
That is pretty fantastic, John. And Watchma having some trouble here on this top line. There's a lot of red in the center, and I do not think he meant to put that blue-yellow straight up and down like that on column 2. But he is doing a good job of clearing out that garbage. Unfortunately, every red is probably going to go towards garbage right now, because the only red that's sort of open is that one on column 7, and it's not even really easily accessible.
Yeah, it looked like there might have been a slight misdrop on Adelito's side. It looks like maybe a pill didn't turn the way he wanted it to, but it didn't really matter. He was able to clean it up very, very quickly, and it's already gone. But look at that drop combo. Holy Christmas.
And look, there is no garbage on that board. What? It boggles the mind, because you can see sort of a pill or two ahead that he's going to do this, but yet you have no idea how the 10 pills or so before that led to this moment. It's just pretty impressive. He makes it look really easy, but it is definitely not.
Yeah, for sure. And when Adelito first started, he was struggle busting a little bit, but something just turned on inside of him, and it developed into the Adelito we've seen today. A lot of hard work has gone into this play for sure, and it's been amazing to see just how far he's progressed in a year and a half.
Yeah, for sure. Now, Watchma teetering on the edge of being lapped, unfortunately. This is what I say usually going into a game against someone like Packy. Like, well, as long as I don't get lapped, it's a good day. And Watchma is on the brink of that, very close. Lost the opportunity to take out that blue horizontally in maybe the way he would have wanted. But he does have that vertical going on. This is going to be interesting.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay. And Adelito just bumps his own number 5 time out. He's tied it. Jeez.
Golly. I don't know if you saw the ending combo for Adelito, but it was absolutely insane. Cleared out I think 5 viruses with essentially 1 pill to set it off. It was crazy.
Oh, man.
And Watchma does get lapped on that, unfortunately.
Yeah. So tough. Yep, Watchma says needs a couple of minutes. That's totally fine. I think we might, in that case, run a little ad. What do we think?
Sounds good to me. And we are back with our next game of this match between Adelito and Watchma. Thank you so much, guys, for holding as we get some stream issues sorted out. We have readies from both our players and a 3, 2, 1, Savage.
Pills!
Let's go.
Let's go. I wonder if the let's go was synced up. It definitely sounded synced up to me, but yeah, we actually had all kinds of good commentary banter going on, but we were not live at that moment. So, you'll just have to settle for this. Wow, Adelito's top line, very red blue heavy, but that's some nice horizontals to open that up. A nice combo there from Watchma, but oh my goodness, can we just get some better virus placement? Because look at all this yellow.
Yeah. Oh man, this yellow, it's just Watchma is doing everything that he can to try and bring this down. But these yellows in 1 and 5 are really, really holding him back from opening up this board. And looking down the board, the rest of it is really good. But it's just all this yellow. He can't get through it.
Yeah, it's making me mad. Especially because, yeah, he has to use yellow to clean out a little bit of that garbage. And, you want to use that for prioritizing virus clears. So it's given Adelito the chance to open up his board. Notice dropping that garbage down. It wasn't going to be used for garbage, but he turns it into a really nice clear and an offset fat log timber.
Let's go. We haven't used that one in a while.
I'll try to use it every time I can. Yeah, but Adelito is dealing with a little bit of a yellow situation on his own. I think he's going to try to be building some horizontals, and he's got that possibility very much open.
Yeah, looking over at Watchma's board, he's finally gotten able to get down to the bottom of his board. Still a bit of yellow that he has to sort his way through, but not near as bad as it was at the beginning. He's down to 18 viruses remaining against Watchma's now 8, Adelito's 8. And it's been a really interesting match so far in this game. I'm wondering, yeah, he's going to go ahead and undertuck that. Watchma's going to want to clear out that yellow on the top of the, I guess he could take it horizontally, and I think that's what we're about to see with this double red.
Oh, interesting. It's going to all drop. Oh, timber! We get one again. Beautiful. I think I forgot
timber
to
and
use
a
it,
log out.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, he looked, to the average player, he'd look like he was floundering a little bit, and you're like, what is he doing? And there were definitely a couple of those pills where you're like, is that the placement he wanted? But it all ended up perfect in the end, and that's a sign of his elite play.
Mm-hmm.
Watchma very close, though.
Yeah, he's just needing one more blue out at a 249. I didn't catch the time that Adelito got out, but he is a bit behind the 8 ball at this point, as Adelito possibly struggling to get the pills that he needs. Yeah, the double blue and then the blue yellow was really nice to see. He finally does take that blue in column 1 that I've been wondering when he was going to tackle.
Yeah, but look, he's building a chasm in the center of this board. Beautiful drop T, but he is going to need to take out a lot of red on this board. Nice combo down to clear some stuff off of columns 7 and 8. But yeah, it's been a little bit tough. Watchma behind by about 13 viruses, 13, 14. So a little bit better than we've seen in the other games at this point. At one point, he was down by that whole level in the last game. But yeah, Adelito, love to see a double red for him, or this red blue to tuck on the side. Look at that horizontal to drop down so much, John.
Oh, and the game glitched a little bit with that one. That was rare. That was very close to potentially breaking the game.
Yeah, what do you have to do to fix that? Like jiggle controller 2, just reset?
Yeah, so there's a couple ways you can do it. You can press buttons on the player 2 controller. It also works with the player 1 controller as well. I know from personal experience that anything with about 8 or more viruses cleared will at least glitch it to the point of pausing. I think 9, 10 probably up to 12 is what it takes to completely freeze the game. And just a quick strat. If you're on emulator, one thing you can do is set both of your inputs for player 1 and player 2 to the same controller. So that way you're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, that's pretty good. Well, Watchma is working here on the end of this level, was not getting the yellow that he needs to clear it out, because as soon as he gets that yellow, he's going to be out. Yep, he's got this blue and then 2 more yellows, but that's giving Adelito the opportunity to run on this level 16. Now you notice that he's got this blue horizontal setup, but as soon as he clears that blue horizontal, everything is going to fall, and he does it with a nice horizontal down there, also adding some blue to column 4 that gets cleared out. So very nicely done, but Watchma just about 13 viruses back, so not too far behind. And you notice that Adelito doesn't have a ton of pill halves on the board, which doesn't mean, it means there's not a lot of advanced planning yet.
Yeah, that yet is the key word here.
Right.
But I'm a little concerned for Watchma. He's got a bunch of same color staircases that he's having to work with. He had a blue one that is pretty much worked itself out now. He had a mini red one that has again worked itself out. But he's doing a great job of managing that. And I love this blue yellow followed by the other blue yellow takes the appropriate clear to clear that out. Just making some really great work in this level 16. And it looks like he's almost completely caught up to Adelito.
Yeah, I would say that, especially because he's got a little less time on the clock than Adelito has. So we've got ourselves another close game. And, Watchma, I don't know if you listen to this, but, we'd love to see a little bit more Dr. Mario. You can give our dads in here the Father's Day present that they'd like.
Yeah. Hopefully we know that Adelito just got married. Hopefully within the next few years, he becomes Dadalito.
Oh, boo. We will, don't worry, Adelito. We'll let you make your own reproductive choices for sure. But we will be bringing
definitely
out that pun if you ever need it. And Watchma out at a 7:06, and Adelito with just 5 to go. Some nice, easy setups. He's got this horizontal, just needs a couple more reds and he'll be out, but he will be taking a little bit of drop time. There we go, out at a 7:25.
All right, and if your name is Watchma right now, you are hoping to really put the pedal to the metal in this level 16, the final level of this block. Watchma hoping to maintain this lead and force Adelito into a decider. Not loving all the yellow-blue that's on the top of his board, though he is really making some nice clears to be able to work with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there we go. We see one. He's really opening up there. Oh, he is so close to the top of this board, but he's got it. And a nice L, yeah, there. Oh, okay, give me a second.
I got you. And, Watchma, yes, absolutely playing with fire. But, I've done that same thing. So I knew what he was planning. And he triggered it just as effectively as possible. We're pretty much in a dead heat here. Looking at both boards, I'm not sure which one I would like to have. Adelito's got a heck of a lot of yellow that he's having to deal with. Watchma's is a bit more diverse. Would love to see, there it is, the horizontal blue that he's got. I think board-wise, I almost like Watchma's just a tiny bit better.
Well, I don't know. I mean, Adelito's now about 4 ahead, and if he gets any kind of a red-yellow blitz there, he's going to be golden. And of course, those are more common colors, but he's going to be using red probably for other plans because it's not common and it's going to be locked up until the end. Now he is able to open it up now, so excellently done. But wow, Watchma's board looks pretty great too. Oh goodness.
Yeah, it's just there's no way to tell. If Adelito gets the yellows, then it's probably going to be his. It's what a clear that he had just had there. He just needs 1 yellow. Oh, come on, game. There's the yellow out at a 936. And
Oh,
it's
no!
just not going to be enough for
Oh.
Watchma. He's going to
Oh.
be down by 4 seconds.
Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
Adelito with another tournament victory by a margin of 5 seconds and 1 game.
Wow.
GG's to both our players.
That is amazing. And yeah, GG's to both players. And of course, the reign of Adelito continues. And but Watchma proving that he has battled all the giants and he definitely deserved to make that finals. And I hope he wins another one this year at some point. So, John, you got any announcements for our community as we wrap up?
Yeah, I do actually. So we've talked about the silvers next week. We've talked about the SNES tournament next week. One thing we haven't talked about is our monthly checkup hosted over on Leviticus 00's channel. If you don't know what that is, it is a versus tournament for Dr. Mario that is held on Fightcade. You can find more information on that in our Discord in the monthly versus checkup channel. So check that out. That's going to be on Tuesday, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Pacific. So check that out. We'd love to have you. Right now we have, I believe it's myself, Betty, and Swang signed up. So come on, bring on the competition.
Wow, that sounds like a group of people that I would want to play for fun and feel good about myself. But remember, you can sign up until basically 5 minutes before the tournament. It's very, very low stakes, just a lot of fun. And also coming up next week at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, we've got our silver bracket tournament. That is next Saturday, the 24th. And followed by that on the 25th, we've got the SNES tournament that Ook mentioned. And we've got a lot of great players from that. And you may see us hectically calling 4 matches at once. What do you say, John?
It's very possible, very possible. It's a heck of a time. You definitely don't want to miss that. It's going to be a blast.
Yes, it is. Well, on behalf of all of us at the DRMC, our amazing restreamer, The Dave, Ook the Librarian, Betty B, and of course, John Flindo and myself, we thank you so much for being here with us. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. And until we see you next time, take your vitamins.
Happy birthday, Dave.